Happy New Year. That was a crazy year. Still, it just knocked a lot of people for a loop, and now we survived it, I think. Anyway, let's get into the recap. We have some other news that we want to talk about. Freddie Mac reports concentrated home price declines in Florida, along with multiple major U.S. market metros. Home prices remain more than 50% higher in November than January 2020. Since 2020, your house value has doubled for the most part. If you look at certain areas, they've come up maybe 20%. Others have gone up a lot more, like Cupertino. We'll talk about Cupertino, Willow Glen, and luxury homes as well. Freddie Mac's house price index measures price trends by tracking repeat sales of the same properties, providing an alternative assessment, blah, blah. Let's see, home prices across 40 select metros tracked by Freddie Mac posted an average decline of 2.7 in November. Price peaks vary among cities. I think I'd have to go to the Freddie Mac site, but this is from Scotsman's Guide. Prices have gone up. We did see a slight contraction in certain areas like Blossom Valley. Everything on the east side of Highway 87 saw a contraction. Everything on the west side saw prices stabilize or increase a little bit. Keep that in mind over the last year. Probate sales, estate sales, putting your elderly parent into an active adult community. It's an ongoing trend. People are starting to do it. There's certain things you have to know about it before you do it. If you do sell it, you have full tax ramifications unless it's in a trust. There's Medicare issues that you have to worry about. If it's in probate and estate sales, we have a program that helps make sure that you maximize tax reduction. There you go. Here's something from Real Estate News. This is about a month old. Court merges two class action lawsuits against Zillow. Originally filed in September, it amended complaint in November 9, but they also brought in the Armstrong case. The reason why you have to know about this is because it hurts everybody. While Zillow is easy to use, they use practices and rules that not just hurt real estate agents, but they also hurt the consumer overall. They force their agents to push their Zillow loan program, which may not necessarily be the best thing. Remember, it's all about transparency and showing you different options and letting you explore those options, be educated on them, and understand it. Like when you ask me for a lender, I don't give you just one, I give you three. And I also tell you to go talk to your bank or your credit union. However, if you have credit issues or you have high debt to value, sometimes it's better to work with a broker when we do go to work together. With Zillow, if you click on I want to see this property, you get a random agent and they're forced to get you approved through Zillow loans, which again, might not be the only option for you, but at least they have to show that you approved through their system, and then they get fed more leads for them to call on. If they don't, then they get hurt, which is subversive. Cupertino House of the Week, Prospect Road, not my listing. If you know where Prospect Road is, a fairly busy street. It's a filter street. It's not a massive avenue like boulevard like D'Anzo, but you do get a lot of traffic. And this house is $3.5 million, 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,300 square feet, built in 1964. Let's take a quick look inside. Yeah, so this has been updated, not completely remodeled. You see the granite countertops, white appliances, nothing wrong with it, but it is what it is. Wallpaper's not in right now, guys. I'll tell you that right now. I had a house last year that had wallpaper everywhere and it just looked schlocky. Didn't sell. It's an older bathroom. The wood floor looks nice. The patio and the pool looks nice. The backyard looks nice. But again, you're dealing with a fairly busy street. I think 4 lanes and bike lanes to deal with. So you're working on a lot of different traffic issues there. This is Willow Glen House of the Week. It's not super walking distance to Lincoln Ave, but it's close enough. And there's not a lot of inventory right now. This is Camino Pablo, not my listing, $4.5 million, 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 4,000 square feet, built in 2025. Yes, this does take Measure E into account. Anything over 2.250 million sold, you have to pay the Measure E tax, which is 3 or 4 times the original transfer tax. So something to be aware of. This is brand spanking new. And guys, there's nothing wrong with this house. It's brand new. Everything is updated and new and fancy looking. But understand, this is somebody took this lot which was 6,600 square foot lot, tore down the old house and put a new one on it. Just be aware of what's going on in this. This is a beautiful house. Luxury home of the week is 17 Mile Drive, $27.5 million, 6 bedroom, 6 bath, 7,700 square feet, built in 1928. Luxury and opulence. There's a lot of luxury homes. When I say luxury homes, anything over $20 million typically comes up on this every Monday. You can see that things are a little bit older, like the stove, the oven, the kitchen is a little bit older. Even the refrigerator is older, but you're talking about something on 17 Mile Drive. So this isn't for the ordinary home buyer, and it's gorgeous. Look at that view. I walk on that every Friday with my dogs on that beach over here. See this beach right here? I walk on it right here all the way up, and then I go with my dogs, and they love it. So here's the recap of 2025. Santa Clara had the most sales overall. Alameda was second. Santa Clara is a great place to live because your house value will continue to go up over time. Even if we do hit a bad spot, or you're in an area that people don't really look at, it's still going to increase in price. Overall, the list price to sales price ratio in Santa Clara County increased 4% year. San Mateo, for some reason, they have 101% on the average year on year. And then San Francisco hit 113. The big winner was Alameda is stepping up because people can't afford Santa Clara County. They can afford 1.3 versus $2.4 million. So Alameda is an easier way for you to get into it. Now, this is Alameda's huge county. You're talking about Fremont to Oakland to Walnut Creek down to, well, I think Walnut Creek's Contra Costa, but it's a huge area and it takes a lot of different homes into account. If you're thinking maybe we can move to Fremont, you're still going to pay close to Santa Clara County prices in Fremont. So just keep that in mind. You can get a great deal in Hayward. I have a listing up there right now that's going for sale around $950, $975. It's a newer home and it's in pretty decent condition. Inventory recap. Here's Santa Clara County, never hit above 2% or 2 months of inventory. It's something to be aware of. Santa Clara is a high volume transaction county. There's a lot of homes being sold. As a matter of fact, if you look at the recap here, you'll see that there are 10,000 new listings put on the market and almost 8,000 of them sold. It's a lot of homes sold. Next to San Mateo is almost 4,000, right? So it's a high volume area. And if you're looking for a great buy, it's always Napa. But I think what I'm seeing now is Contra Costa is actually a great value. We've had 7,500 homes sold this last year in 2025 out of the 11,000 that sold, 100%. And the median sales price is $1.169 million. Contra Costa is probably the next target area to look at. Marin, Monterey, those homes tend to take longer to sell. Days on market is 48, and you can still get a pretty good deal. And you find houses that have been on market for a little bit longer, and then you're off and running. Here's the first of the year right here. And what you're seeing is Santa Clara County is already sprinting off to a start. We've had 21 closings this last year. Now, this is from December, but still, we're seeing a ton of homes close in January. The last half of December, which is really the 15th through the 31st, slowed things down. It was very slow, but everybody waited to the first of the year. From January 1st to January 5th, we've had 21 closings, $52 million in sales so far. Average price is $2.4 million. If you look at San Mateo only has 6 homes, and the average for San Mateo is 2.2. So that's a little bit telling right there. We've already had 5 homes in the contract this last week, the last 5 days, and San Mateo has 12. If you see, Napa and San Benito haven't had anything. They've had 10 new listings and 12 new listings, and the average price is 62 and 46 days on market for the homes that are still on market. We put 5 houses in contract over the last 5 days. Compare that to Santa Clara, which is 5, and Santa Cruz, which is 11. So everybody's off to a running start. I don't think this is anything great to talk about outside of the fact that it just is what it is. And those are the numbers that they are right now, 5 days into the new year. I think what we're going to see, though, is things pop up and normalize. And we're going to see San Mateo, Santa Clara, Alameda really just push out hard and come out in front. And Contra Costa will be a close fourth. So those are the places to track if you're looking to move and you want to stay in the Bay Area. If you want to buy luxury, then obviously Summit and Monterey and Napa are the places to be. These are the final numbers for single family homes in San Jose and Santa Clara County for the last 3 years. 2023, San Jose had 3,500 homes.